Welcome back to day 2 of Project Flared WRX. Today we're just going to be finishing up the rears. I'm going to go ahead and legitimately just get straight into it. Basically the process is going to be the same as the last video. I'm going to line the holes up. I'm going to get a little Sharpie out, draw my alignment holes. Once I do that, I'll do the whole tape job. We'll go step by step, but there is something a little bit different and definitely a little bit harder that you have to do with the rears that I will go over. Basically, you have to get this automotive sealant adhesive that should be coming in the mail anytime now. And then we're gonna have to actually cut these 2 layers, fold up a layer, gonna put this automotive adhesive stuff right in the seal just to make sure that no water gets in there. Then I'll show you a little step by step. Anyway, let's go check out the car, get everything set up, finish these flares. So the rear, because it is 2 pieces, is a lot harder to line up, especially because it is bigger and it goes along the fender and everything. So definitely takes a long time to get it all on that lined up. But I know for sure that this is the most important one to get lined up. Because like I said in the last one over there, it's basically going to be a pivot point, right? So I think I'm going to do this one first, make sure this is lined up, then I'll line up all the other holes according to that one, just because I'll be able to kind of move the flare left and right. And then it also is important to get a hole not on the bumper, but remember it actually goes on the metal because it's going to be very close to this line. I was looking at a bunch of pictures of flares, and all their holes are just above this parting line. So I'm not entirely sure what the last clip was, but basically where I'm at right now is I got the rear flare basically mounted. I thought I just ruined it. Basically mounted exactly where I wanted, and I'm actually super happy with how the fitment is. And then I also decided that I am gonna go just with the 1/4 inch instead of going metric. So I'm just gonna use the rib nuts that I have here, because these actually look like exactly basically how I want, and also they do come in black if I ever want to switch up to black. I'm just super loving the look right now, and there's actually a lot of options that are 1/4 inch 20 that I could do if I ever wanted to switch up my hardware, so I'm not too worried about it. And I did my first riv nut right now. Came out just super easy, really easy to do. One tip if you're doing a 1/4 inch riv nut is you have to do a 5/8 drill bit to actually get the outer diameter of the riv nut to fit. So I had to make these holes a little bit bigger than the last ones. But there's my first riv nut. Freaking perfect. And you can see this guy here. So now I could take off my flares very easily. Screws in nicely. Perfect. So I'll go ahead and just do this riv nut on camera. All you have to do is get the little riv nut and then screw it onto this guy until it stops. Once you got that, you got your 5/8 drill hold, then you put the entire thing in the hole. Put it all the way flush, then tighten it down. Then unscrew this guy, and you are good to go. So this is basically where my wheel is over it. It's gonna fall. Hopefully it stops. Okay, there you go. So this is where I'm at right now. I ended up jacking up the rear just so it makes it easier to access when I actually start cutting this. I got this riv nut in, I got this riv nut in, and the flare sits perfect in the rear as well. What's really hard is making sure that you can actually still open the door and it doesn't contact where the flare comes down right here. So that was definitely the hardest part, doing it by myself. Again, this outside line is just when I had the flare on. This is the shape of the flare right over here, and then along here is where I'm going to be cutting to get rid of that material so that my wheel has room to move up and down. So then I also got this side all good to go as well. Making sure that the door does not contact the flare when it opens and closes, and I got it just perfect as well. So again, outside of the flare, and this is where I'm going to cut the material that is going to be taken away. I might have to cut a little bit more, but we will definitely see. But as far as this goes, basically ready to go. Oh, also what I did off camera is I put in the riv nuts 1, 2, 3 on here, so now you can see the flare is literally part
of the fender, and it is not, like, it flexes. Like, that's not coming off. Super stoked on that. I would say I have a pretty decent sized hand, and you can see how big these things are. Anyway, I'm gonna roll these things in the garage. So unfortunately, the package that I was waiting for, that little sealant stuff for the rears, hasn't shown up yet. It thought it was gonna come at like 9, then it didn't. Thought it was gonna come at 10, and it didn't. And now it's like 1 something. And I actually have to go to work at 3, so I'm not gonna rush anything. I finished off the front flares, just doing it perfect. I took a super long time on it, and I'm really happy with how that came out. So I'm gonna just stay patient, and I think I'm gonna have to end it for today, but I'll definitely just pick up the camera tomorrow or whenever that stuff comes in. Today is the next day. I'm in a tank top and a motorcycle helmet. I'm cutting the rears right now, but I'm in a huge rush, so I'm gonna show you guys step by step what I'm doing. This is where I'm at right now. All I did is I cut along that black tape that I had earlier all the way around, and I just cut that very top layer. You could feel once you actually go through the top layer, so it's not that big of a deal. Once I did that, then I'm doing slits basically about 1 inch apart all the way across, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this layer up, and then once I fold it up, I'm going to put that sealant, and then I'm going to cut off the tabs. You'll see what it looks like in a bit. Now that I got all these slits cut in there, I just got my little hammer somewhere. There's a hammer somewhere. And then I just pounded these guys all the way up. Now I'm going to cut off the tabs, and then I got my sealer right here that I'm going to put in between here, and then tap it again. We're going to be good to go. There that is. Side number 1 is done. The adhesive is gone. Ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. Boom, son. On the ground. Touchdown, and we're flared. Okay, we're officially flared, ready to go. I need a couple more bolts, but I gotta eat right now, run to the hardware store. I'll come right back and I'll show you guys the final. Here we go. 100% fully flared. First time I've aired out. I cannot get over it. Oh my god. The pictures are going to be coming out so fire now. Yeah, I could do a little spacer here, but like I said, I really don't want to. I mean, the fitment's fine, and it's just going to drive great, and I just really can't wait to start driving this thing around. And there is one more piece that I need to put on, the door right here, but I'm gonna go get gas right now, and then I'll probably put it on after that. As you guys can see, there is a jumpy house. It is my niece's birthday today, so that's why I kind of had to wrap up everything quick. Freaking jumpy house came through, and my sister told me my car to go up there. So hope you guys enjoyed that little walk around. There's still one more piece I need to add on to the door, but I don't have the correct double-sided tape, and I don't want to just kind of jimmy rig it and put it on not good and make sure all the lines line up. And probably the next video when I do like a photo shoot with my car is when it'll be like the full reveal, flared, aired out. I'll get all those little pieces, miscellaneous pieces, everything lined up perfectly. But as it sits right now, I think it sits pretty dang perfect. Yes, like I said, I could throw a spacer or something to make the fitment perfect. If I go to a show, I might just carry around some spacers with me just to have better fitment. But overall, rolling around like that, I know I'm gonna have no rubbing issues. I don't want to hit my flare. I don't want to damage anything. So I'm completely fine with how it looks right now. Anyway, comment down below. Tell me what you guys think of the car. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.